Good morning once again, everyone. A little bit of a different one today, and welcome to the channel. Today, in this video, we're going to have a bit of a smoking session. So, I've got the Masterbuilt set up. We've got a couple of drip pans underneath. We've got the grates turned over for smoking. They're a little bit different when you have them up one way. You can sear. You have them up the other way. It's for smoking. We've also got a water pan on the right hand side to keep the moisture going through. And the framework you can see on top is what's known as a sausage hanger, which I purchased online through LSS Mods. This will be the first time I've used it. So we'll endeavour to try it out and see how we go. No, I think for now let's get the sausages on, and we'll start to get things going. I'll probably load this up before I actually turn the temp on, because I found last time I started getting smoke rolling through pretty well fairly quick through the start of the cook. So we've loaded up the charcoal chamber, some briquettes and some lump charcoal, and I'm going to spread these out a little bit. I think, yeah, because what will cook fairly quick, try and keep away from the main area of cooking, because your heat will come through from the right hand side as I'm standing, and then it'll probably be a wee bit cooler on the left hand side. So let's get these on, and then we'll bring over the chicken, and we'll see how the new hanging system works. Up the back there, I'll put a couple more up the back there. And, I'm going to smoke these in some hickory wood chunks, and normally that's what I do use is hickory. It's got quite a nice good flavour, good strong flavour. We've also got a nice lump of what's known as luncheon, but it's not effectively polony. It's a bit of ham and some pork and whatnot mixed in. So we tried a polony last time, and it worked out quite well. So it'll possibly take a fair bit to get cooking. So let's go and get some chicken organised, and we'll see how the racks go. Alright, I've got some nice chicken drumsticks here. Some of them are just plain, and these have got a nice chicken seasoning rub on them. What we'll endeavour to do now is to see, the first time I've used it, so we'll see how they go as far as hanging goes. So put these up, and the idea is to have these between the racks. No, I don't think it's going to work. Oh dear. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's pushing them apart. So alrighty, we might have to revisit this. So let's pause it and let's just see what we can do. Alright, we're back again. We've actually had to abandon the idea of using the rack, the sausage hanger rack, because it's not going to effectively work for us until we can sort it out. So what we'll do is we will use our middle rack 1050. We'll get these on, a bit of probe in place so we can see how they're getting on, and then we'll fire it up, get up to probably a temperature of about 250. Hopefully they'll go for about an hour and a half. Of course we'll check on them as we go through. See how they're going as they're cooking. I've got them laid out there. I think we might have to try and make a few modifications. I think perhaps to the rack, just to try and hold them together. It's actually meant as a sausage hanger, so you skin between the sausages, you drape it over the frame. So righty, well that's that laid out and ready to go. So we will endeavour to get this fired up, and hopefully we'll hit temp. Right, getting ready to set the temp up on it. We've got our little fire starters, our little igniter. We've got the hopper lid open and the ash bin door open, and this is how we start it. Fire starter in, let that burn for a few minutes, and then we turn the unit on, and we'll turn the temperature up to 250. So we'll get in and do that. Alright, well now we just need to let the fire starter do its thing and just start to fully engulf itself in a bit of fire. When we get enough smoke coming out through, looks like we're getting close now, we simply shut the two doors, go across to our PID and set our temp. Once we do set the temp, then the fan should kick in, and then it'll start the process of reaching our required temperature. So let's have a check and see how we're going, and then we'll come back. Right, so we've got a bit of rolling smoke there, so what we do now is turn our unit on. That's started. Hit our temperature button and take our required temp, which is what we missed it, which we want 250 Fahrenheit. Now what should happen is I do that, which will set our temp. Once I close that lid, we should hear the fan kick in, so let's see how we go. Yep. There we go, and we nearly forgot the cardinal sin of taking our sliders out, otherwise nothing is going to happen. So remember at the last second. And ideally what we should be looking at now, there's a bit of smoke coming out of it now, which is probably still just the fire starter. So now that should climb up to 250 Fahrenheit, and then it will automatically stop and settle itself down. So this should only take maybe 5 minutes. If I just hopefully turn this over, and it'll stay on the temp for us. So I don't know whether we can pick up the gauge. Let's see whether we can. So hopefully we might be able to zoom in a bit. Yep, there we go, we can zoom in a bit. Right, so that's sitting on about 95 Fahrenheit at the moment and climbing. So by all intents and purposes, everything is running well. I think if we'd have had any problems, I think we might have had an error come up. So let's focus back on this one. So, well, looks like we've already hit 108, so we're not going to be too far off reaching temp. So once we've reached temp, we'll come back. Okay, so now we've come back. So let's a bit of a zoom here. Whoops, daisy. We're getting close to our temp. Now, hopefully that's visible. It's sitting on about 232 Fahrenheit, so once that hits 250 we should hear the fan die down and that'll settle into 250 Fahrenheit. You might notice the wire we've got coming out the side. That's our probe, which we'll visit that in a minute or two. But the beauty of this unit is the fact that I don't have to worry about temperature consistency. I did have the Chargwiller Deluxe Trio with a side firebox. Not that I didn't know what I was doing, but it was probably a little bit more difficult to keep our temp. But we still managed. But with this, as I mentioned, it'll come up to 250, and then it should just settle down and have a consistent control and keep it where we want it. We're sitting on about 243 at the moment. We've also got a bit of smoke rolling as well, so I think we should be able to see that, hopefully. So I think in a way I'm pretty glad I put the wood chunks in. Now what I did was had a layer of charcoal and then a layer of the wood, and then I did some more charcoal and then I put some more wood chunks in. So here we go. Looks like we've fluctuated down to 242, so we might need to go in and readjust our temp. Although the fan's still running quite well, so I know I think we might need to chop that up a bit. We're sitting on 250, so let's take it up 10 and let's just kick the fan in a bit higher. What's happened here? Oh, there we are. Right, so I should have left that alone. Well, let's go back. Let's go back down. There we go. Well, the fan stopped now because we've dropped our temp. So we're probably looking at the wrong thing, I suppose. So well, let's have a bit of a. Yep, well there we go, the fan's kicked in again, so let's alright, there we go. Now let's have a look inside. There we go, so we've got a bit of smoke rolling, chicken across the top. There's the plug I mentioned. Now I've got it in one of the medium size drumsticks, so it'll give us a pretty well, hopefully an overall, roughly an average idea of where the temp is. We'll close this one down, and then I think we'll let it do its thing. You can see that all the temps dropped a bit, so we'll let that get back up to. It'll carry on up to where we need it. And all this is accessible by my phone as well, but because I've got the video going, now if I hit this. That's telling me my probe temp, so it's just come up to 94. So an internal temp for chicken I think is about 165 to 170. So we'll see how the internal temp goes as we go through. So I think on that note we'll let this go now for an hour and a half or so, and I don't know whether I'm going to be able to hold on to the video work, but I might have to try and do a double, or just get hopefully it'll hold on and I'll be able to get a video of this finishing off. So we'll come back soon.
And no one knows bedrooms like Bedshed. No one's better in the bedroom. Visit bedshed.com.au.
Morning, Ross 50, 10 grand goes tomorrow with Nathan and John. Wanted to be you get on standby doing this all day today. Better cash for Bedshed. Christine in Spearwood, sounds like you're driving. What's going on for your Sunday?
Okay, it's time to have a bit of a look and see how we're going. We've had a bit of rolling smoke going now for quite some time. So let's see how we're going, and then I think we'll probably wrap it up and do a finished product. So here we go. Oh, here we go. Looking pretty good. In fact, I'd probably say they're quite close to being done. So, the fans kicked in to keep the temp up, so yep. Probes in, still in, so that's quite well. So I might just give it a little bit more smoke, and I think we'll just about finish it up. Right, so we're back again, and what we've done is opened up the ash bucket door quite safely, popped our grate in, and we've put a few chunks. Although we've soaked these ones in a bit of water just to stop them from catching fire, I think. But then we've given the grate between the charcoal hopper and the ash bucket a bit of a shake to drop some ash on it, and with any luck we'll start to see a bit more smoke coming through and add a little bit more flavour. Alright folks, I think this is about the end of the show. We've given it the extra half hour of smoke. The chips are in there, so let's have one last look. See how they're going. Oh yes, they look quite good as far as I'm concerned. Nice rich colour. Got a nice bit of smoke to them. Novel polony looks cool. Yellow looks quite good. And we hadn't close that down. Our internal temperature finished up on the medium one around about 185, so it might be a little bit high, but that's just kicked itself back in and heading back up to its temp. So I think we'll wrap this one up. This is the first time I've done some chicken on the 1050. I think I used my previous smoker, so I'm going to pop this up on the channel. I've tried to edit it down as much as I can. All in all, looking quite good. So I think we'll call it a day with this one. Due to the nature of probably the long longevity of it, I probably won't be able to do any video work of the final product. But I'm quite happy with it. So again, if you like what you see, please hit that notification bell, and you'll get notified of any uploaded future videos. And like the video, and please, as I mentioned in my previous videos, please subscribe to the channel. I do hope to get a few more as time goes on. but I might need to perhaps delve into the settings a bit more. Anyway, that's it for this one. So again, thank you for watching.